Hey everyone, how are you today? So, me and Mike are just chilling out here a little bit. Got a few things to talk to you guys about. First off, if you like our content, make sure you like and subscribe and comment. Anyway, so we've been working hard for 6 weeks to bring you the content that we brought you. And this last week we kind of took a little bit of a hiatus just to catch up on some, personal things that we have to do since me and Mike do this in our spare time with our own finances and everything. I just moved into my new apartment. You can see it's kind of set up right now, but it's not fully set up. You see the laptops there, we were just kind of trying to work on an idea. So we still want to give you guys some content, but instead of it being a full-blown video, by the way, the next one, which we are actually going to do, we're leaving tomorrow, Monday, and we're going to be doing the Mound State Park, and that's really nice. That's going to be talking about the Andy Hopewell Indians and the earthen mounds. I think that's going to be really enjoyable, and I hope you guys are going to like it. So basically what we did was we took the time off, and we wanted to do a 6-episode special for you guys. So what we're going to do in this video that we're going to upload this weekend, it's basically going to be what we thought was the coolest parts of our videos. Obviously, we can't show you everything because we have a multi-hour video, but we figured we would get you an idea of what we've been doing in case if you're just catching up on us now. We're going to leave links into everything we put up so that you guys can go ahead and click on that link and learn more about the material that we're going to talk about. So, Mike, it's been a hell of a ride for this last 6 weeks, nonstop. What do you think?
It's been a hell of a ride right now. No question about it. But it's been a lot of fun, a lot of work, a lot of fun, and a lot of traveling.
Yes, definitely.
Anyway, as he just said, this is our 6-episode special. We've been through 6 episodes of Indiana State Parks, at least in this year's series. And we've had a lot more things to show you. We're only halfway through. There's still 6 more great parks we want to show you. Mounds is the next one that's on our list. And we just hope to keep on bringing you guys excellent content.
So I hope you guys are going to stick around. And I really, 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 more than ever before, would really appreciate you guys to put some comments in there. And, share it with other people who you think might be interested in it. Because even if you're not completely interested in it, there might be some other people out there interested. So what we're going to do, me and Mike decided, we're going to basically run a reel of all the coolest things. We're going to add a little title on each of the frames so you're going to actually know which park we're talking about. And then we'll come back and see you guys at the end and give you our final thoughts.
Now, the clips we're showing you, these are the clips that we felt were the most enjoyable and the most fun, and we think you guys will enjoy them a lot. If you disagree, or if you like a different set of clippings that we did, if you've been following our show, and there's a different order you wanted us to do it in, or there's something you wanted us to show you again that you didn't see too clearly before, just let us know in the comments.
And speaking of the comments and subscribing and everything like that, we are going to be putting together in the next couple of weeks, we're going to try and get together some special behind-the-scenes stuff of stuff that we couldn't fit into our 30-minute episodes. And that's going to be for the Patreon only. So we give you guys a little extra detail of stuff that we can't normally put in there because we try and limit our videos to about 30 minutes because we don't want you to get bored. But at the same time, we want to get as much into that little 30 minutes as we can so that we can keep you folks interested. And, if there's things you'd like to see, one of the ones we're going to talk about, which is one of our favorites so far, is, basically Turkey Run. And that really dealt with a lot of sandstone cliffs, a lot of really cool, trails and water features that we really haven't seen in the other ones. And then we talk a little bit about Prophetstown. And so, Mike, what do you think was your most favorite? If we were to do a quick rundown of just say 2 or 3 of your favorite, what was your most favorite, I think?
Well, I love Turkey Run a lot.
That was definitely good.
Prophetstown had a lot of history, which made it really interesting.
Yes.
Indiana Dunes was our at-home park. It's the closest one to my house. And we had to do that one. I mean, that was just a given. So that would be my top 3 if I had to choose.
Yeah. So if we're going to do top 3, I would say, I think I agree with you. I think I definitely like Prophetstown. I really like that one because there's a lot of really good information there. I really like that one. But I do like Potato Creek because we did talk about the non-segregated cemetery, and I really enjoyed that because I think it really fit. The society and the world we're in right now. And I definitely got to say, Turkey. I got to say, and I think I would have to say Dunes as well. So I think my three would be Potato Creek, Dunes, and Turkey Run.
Okay, and with that being said, and without further ado, we hope you enjoy the clips that we've saved for you, the ones that we think are the best. As I said before, if you like what we're showing you, if you wanted us to show something different, or if you wanted more information about anything, just let us know in the comments, and there will be links to all of the videos that we're showing the clips from. So you guys enjoy the show, and we'll get back to you at the end of it.
Oh, and one more thing. My sister-in-law Sharon is behind the camera helping us out with this. So, hi Sharon, thank you for helping us out.
No problem.
All right, we'll see you guys at the end of the program. Hopefully you'll stick around with it and you'll check out some of the links and you'll come back at the end of it to have our final wood. See you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, this is the coolest part. I mean, this is one of the best things when I was doing research. Me and Mike were doing research because we wanted to find something really unique about Potato Creek. Guess what? See this cemetery? This cemetery, guys, was one of the first cemeteries to be non-segregated, which means black and white folks and families were basically buried together. There was no a black person's family gets over there and a white person over here and there's a segregation line. This was two families back in the 1800s that said, you know what? Forget about that. We're going to go ahead and we're going to make sure that everyone could rest in peace next to their brothers. Because you know what? We're all human race. Just because we have a black skin or a white skin or we're Asian or whatever, man. Hey, man, you cut us. We all bleed. We all have the same parts. So think about that when you look at this video, and I really hope you pay attention, because what we're going to try and do now, and honestly, guys, I have great respect for these people, and as we show you some of these tombstones, feel in your heart and feel blessed that you get to spend some of this time with these people who decided there's not going to be racism when they die. So what we're going to do, this is still an active cemetery. We're going to try and show you some of the oldest tombstones. And again, we're doing this with great respect for the dead. We're not doing this to try and, upset anyone. And if I upset you, I'm sorry. But just to me, this is dear to my heart. With all the stuff that's going on in this world right now, we need something to say, hey, there's something better than what we're doing right now. So you know what? In the next section, we're going to show you some of these things. So please stay with us. I really hope you do. See you in a bit. I'll tell you what, guys, I'm exhausted. You know what we just did? We just did part of the 3 Dune Challenge here. We're on Mount Tom Dune right now. It's 192 feet elevation. And you saw some of the stairs I was climbing, man. I mean, I'm pooped. And there's a 43-degree lean angle up here too, man. 56 million people have came through here to either do the challenge or just to check out Mount Tom. And you saw the little shot behind us about the lake. It's just fantastic, guys. Stick around. We got more footage for you. We're going to take a little bit of break right now because me and Mike are just flat out exhausted. We'll see you in a minute. Whew. Whew.
Well, here we are, folks. This is a village as it may have existed in 1811 during Tecumseh's time. And, there's a really cool story attached to all of this.
Oh, another story? Please, story.
No problem. Well, what you see around and before me, and where I'm sitting, is what an 1811 Indian village might have looked like in Tecumseh's time. Yeah, they had the chief shack, they had a medicine lodge, they had a council lodge, they had a cooking area. We're sitting in an area where they would do menial tasks like cutting, like breaking down nuts and things and shucking corn or whatever they would do. And this is basically was the daily life.
They had wigwams. It was basically your standard everyday thing. And it's hard to believe that in this area there were 14 tribes that Tecumseh was able to unite in a common cause, and they all lived in this village together.
Wow.
Without fighting amongst themselves. That was so cool. Man. And then of course, you had Tenskwatawa, the medicine man prophet, who was basically the religious leader of this area. And this is where they might have come out. They came out of here when they went to do that battle. The Battle of Tippecanoe. They headed right over the field, over to where Burnett Creek is today, and got in a battle with the American forces and lost, which was too bad at the time. But what that did is it destroyed Tecumseh's federation. But he did warn Tenskwatawa not to attack him until he had more people. But from everything I've read about him, he was kind of a hothead, and he didn't want to wait for his brother. And so they lost. This place got burned down, Prophetstown. They tried to rebuild it. It didn't make it. And the funny thing about it is, it was at this time the Americans realized the British were helping the Indians. And because of what I'm just going to refer to him as a prophet because his name is too difficult for me. I'm sorry. Just a guy who has a little trouble with some of those names. But anyway, he ruined his brother's plans. And as I was saying earlier, it was at this time that the Americans realized that the British were helping. And because of the big loss here, Tecumseh aligned himself with the British. And because of that, and because of their assistance with weapons and things like that, the Americans went to war. So a year later, from this point on, War of 1812.
Wow, so it just all went downhill once the chief decided to join forces with Britain.
Yep, and once the prophet, had suffered a major loss here. Because you got to remember, there were 14 tribes, or over 1,000 Indians were here, and he managed to knit them all together with the religious cause that they were all under. And then it's amazing, in 2 hours, which was just how long the Battle of Tippecanoe took, it was all destroyed.
Wow.
There you go, guys. The sad and unfortunate history of Prophetstown, Indiana. Thank you. See you in the next section, guys.
Good morning, everyone. We are here at Channel Lakes. We just went and picked up our canoe, our paddles, and our life vests. I did find out that the life vests, you don't have to buy them once you rent the boat. The boat actually comes with the paddles and the vests, and you can see Mike's wearing the snappy little vest right there. They're just your basic emergency vests. We're about to go into the water. And so what are your thoughts, Mike? You excited about this?
Oh, heck yeah.
So we're about to do the 9 Lakes Challenge.
What do you think of it, Dave?
I think it's great, man. And now, we've been trying to show our viewers, some of the water features at the parks that we've been wanting to do, that we've done. Because, Dunes, Prophetstown, and actually even... pretty much all the ones we went on actually had the ability to use boats and get on the water. We just didn't have the extra funds at the time to do it. Like I said, we do this in our spare time, guys, with our own money. We're not sponsored or anything right now. That's why it's important for you to like and subscribe, because then, YouTube knows that, hey, we have interesting content. So we're going to log off for a little while, because we're going to try and get on the water, get our bearings, and we're going to try and do the 9 Lake Challenge today. Unfortunately, we did a little research this morning, and you can get like little rewards for completing the challenge if you take specific pictures along the route But believe it or not, guys, you don't get a reward. You actually have to come and buy your merchandise after you show proof that you completed the 9 Lake Challenge. It's okay. We're going to do it anyway because we want to put it in so you guys can see what it is. So if you guys decide you want to come out and try this again, we'll see you in a little bit. All right, everybody. So here we are. We're going down towards Bowman Lake right now. We just left Sand Lake. So we'll try and get some footage for you guys here so you can see the part of the channel. It's a very low channel. There's actually a bridge where we had to duck so we wouldn't bang our head on it. So it's kind of an interesting thing. It's nice looking at the park from this view. I hope you guys are enjoying it as well. All right, guys. So check it out. So we're about to enter Bowman Lake. Unfortunately, this ain't part of the 9 Lake Challenge yet because we got to actually paddle all the way to the start and then start our way back. Talk to you guys in a little bit. Hey everyone, so one thing about this trail, just so you know, it's really not made for canoes. We took a canoe, we actually had portage it a couple times. There's a couple times where the trail that leads into here, the channel that leads to the beginning of this, actually was actually so twisty, and we had this big canoe, and so we're trying to do these turns, and so we had to keep constantly running into things to turn around to pull out of the bushes to come back into the water. It was pretty much a pain in the ass. But this is where it starts, and we're going to try and complete it if we don't die first. But stick along. We're going to get some more footage for you, and hopefully we can do the whole trail, and you guys could enjoy it with us. See you in a little bit. All right, folks. This is marker 2 of the 9 Lake Challenge. Stick around. Let's see if we can find all of the landmarks. All right, folks. There is checkpoint 3. The property manager's house. So we're going to try and make it to checkpoint 4 now. All right, everyone. Here is section 5, the beach. We're going to continue on. Stick around. Let's see what else we can hit. Talk to you in a bit. Hey, everyone. So this is Weber Lake. We are on our way to point 7. Again, we're on our way to point 7. See you in a bit. All right, everybody. So this is River Lake, checkpoint number 8. We got beat up coming in through here because there's like a bunch of green slimy stuff in the water here that you can see. So we just basically took the canoe up on shore over at the canoe campground so that we can actually go ahead and take a break, get some lunch, because we've got one more checkpoint to hit. Before we try and make it back. Talk to you guys in a little bit. Okay, guys, we made it. We made it. The 5 miles, we did the 9 lakes. First off, don't do this on the canoe. We had like a 12-foot canoe. The thing was just really hard to maneuver. There's some parts we got to portage it a lot, and it's aluminum, so it was real heavy. It's probably better off for the ocean type kayaks, which are flat bottom, or just a regular kayak, which is still can run in shallow water, and it still would have been very nice. We did complete a challenge. We hit the rivers. There's one river that we hit before this, which was just so loaded with like the algae and stuff. It was so hard to paddle through. It just really wore us out. So as you see, that's your 9 Lake Challenge here at the Channel Lakes. So definitely it's worth a shot, but just make sure you give it a whole day. Start early, make sure you bring plenty of water, and really the best thing I could say, bring a snack, trail mix, sandwiches, whatever. And anytime you get a chance to get off the dock, man, so your butt doesn't end up being sore or whatever the case may be, make sure you get off, take a break, and you know what? Just go ahead and enjoy the trail. It's a nice little trail, but like I said, I would recommend. Just from me and Mike's personal experience today, I would not take a canoe over this again. We'll see you guys in the next segment. Unfortunately, we're going to take a little bit of a rest because we're worn out, because then we got to go all the way back through I think 3 lakes just to get the thing back to the rental area where we got it, which means we got to go back through that thick green algae. I hope you guys enjoyed the segment so far, and we'll see you in the next one.
And a good recommendation, bring your own boat.
Definitely. Here it is, guys. So far I've showed you different levels. I'm almost at the top now. It's definitely a little bit of a climb. Out, and when you get to the top, if you're tall, watch your head. Ouch.
Duck.
You didn't tell me to duck, Mike.
I forgot how tall yourself was, man.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Well, this is the top of the tower, everyone. Look at this view. It's beautiful.
So,
The reason
guys,
it's called a fire tower, guys, is because way back when, even before this became a park, this used to be wild land. I know you were going to say something about that, Dave.
yeah. So, guys, one thing that's really nice is we always talk about the way that everything that we see in these parks wasn't always built-in roads and fire pits and gravel pads to camp on. Back in the day when this was all wild, you would have shifts of rangers that would come up here with a logbook and a compass, and they would have really powerful binoculars. And what they would do is they would actually, for 3 to 4 hours at a time in shifts, they would actually scan the whole area, the horizon, looking around to see if there was a fire. And one of the other pieces of equipment they had was a high-range walkie-talkie, so they could get a hold of people if they needed to. So it's really kind of cool because, you know, this is another one of those unique features that we've seen on our trails so far. And, you know, I really hope you guys are enjoying it because I'll tell you, it's fun. You know, and then just like my brother said after he forgot to tell me, when you get to the stairs right below here, if you're tall like me, you'll bang your head if you don't duck. So,
I'll just knock some sense into you, that's all.
yeah, I am senseless. You are right. But hey, stick around with us, guys. We will see you in the next section. You know what else I just found out, guys, which I think is cool? It wasn't always rangers that were manning these towers. Actually, in the early 1900s, believe it or not, it was mostly women that did it. And it would be the wives of the farmers in the area. And the cool thing is, Indiana had 33 of these towers. And the nice thing about that, with all the equipment that they would use, they would have these tables that actually would allow them to actually get the exact position and pinpoint by matching up the coordinates between the two towers anywhere in the area where they could actually pinpoint where the fire is. Unfortunately, these towers are no longer manned. It's a shame thing because I guess what happened is now it's being monitored by the Forest Service or whatever from aircraft. But that's nice to know. Again, it's another nice thing where we learned so many episodes ago about Diana of the Dunes, who actually went and actually lived a life by herself, being an important woman of her time. And then we go back and we look at this fire tower, it has lots of history itself, but the fact that it was mostly ran by women. Now that's cool too. So I know the women out there that are watching, I hope that's a piece of information that you are going to appreciate. So you see, it all works for everyone. And so we'll see you in the next section. Thanks, guys. See you in a bit. And there you go, guys. There's some bison just chilling, hanging out in the field. I'm going to try and zoom in as best as I can. There's some that are a little bit closer to the barrier. See those? Look at them. It's as close as I can get with this camera, guys. Alright, so we're going to go a little bit further because there's some that are a little bit closer. It'd be nice if one of them would turn towards us. Look at that. Look how just, they're beastly looking. Yeah. Check them out, guys. Just chilling. It looks like there's eight of them out.
Hey Mike, come here. Hey everyone. So welcome to the Suspension Ridge. First off, we're about to enter the Sandstone Canyon area, which is supposed to have some of the best hiking around. Secondly, this is how the original Indiana forests looked at one time. And this bridge was made by some of the 64,000 people that were part of the Conservation Corps that Franklin Delano Roosevelt had hired to put people back to work.
Hey, isn't that the thing we talked about in the very last episode?
Yeah, he went through all this trouble to get Americans back on their feet working, you know, and this is some of the work they done. And these were young men and young women doing this stuff. Can you imagine that? Just how beautiful it is, guys.
To think all this work was done by young men, didn't have a job, thanks to Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and that's why our parks are looking as good as they are these days, huh?
Yeah, definitely. Hold on, guys. We'll get you some more footage. Snickerdoodles, Mike, look at this place. Do you believe this?
This is unbelievably big. The beauty here is not even. I can't even describe to you viewers out there how beautiful this is. I mean, you're seeing some of our pans and some of the information. It just doesn't do justice. Because do you know this is how it was 12,000 years ago?
12,000 years ago, people. 12,000
The only difference
years.
is we got the man-made bridges and stuff
Look at
built
that.
in because it's a path. But this is exactly like it was 12,000 years ago. As the creek was cutting through all these sandstone rocks, the temperature never changed. Everything around this area changed, but this didn't change. And if you look off behind, up in front of me, behind these bushes over here, you see the suspension bridge.
See if we get a better shot for you guys back over here because we're kind of.
There you go. We had just came off.
Look
of
at that
guys.
bridge, guys. I'm going to try and zoom in a little bit, see what we can do. But look at that thing. That was man-made by the 64,000 laborers that the president hired. And then now check this out. Look at the upper view here. Look at this rock. This is sandstone, guys. We are underneath the sandstone rock here.
It's like a cliff, and this area is called Crevice Rock. Everyone.
Crevice Rock. Look at that, guys. Look at that. My goodness, I feel so small all of a sudden. It's definitely turning out to be our best viewing hiking trip yet, I think.
Been so proud of this one so far.
Yeah.
Hope you guys love it as much as we do. See you guys in the next section. Gotta see this one, folks. We are walking in an area called the Punch Bowl. And as you can see, it's a big open crevice of sandstone where the water's coming down.
And the water looks pretty damn clear. I don't know if I want to drink it,
I
but...
don't know if I drink it, but it's pretty damn clear water.
And here's a real waterfall.
Creme de la creme. Oh, we're freaking waterfall.
I don't know, Mike. Should we do some more interlude music for them?
Nah, we don't want to drive our viewers nuts. I think
Okay.
we've already serenaded them enough today.
Okay, let's just let it run for a few seconds for you guys. Just enjoy. Louise, we just keep running into great stuff, Mike, don't we?
I'll tell you.
This is what they call Rocky Hollow, and it's hollow with lots of water running through it. We're trying to get back to the nature center. Wow. And there's our stairs. Hopefully that carries us all the way across. This is some crazy stuff, people. Crazy, crazy, crazy.
Welcome back, everybody. Well, I hope you enjoyed the clips that we chose for your entertainment. These were the clips we felt were the best of the bunch that we did, the ones we enjoyed the most, the ones that we thought most interesting for you guys. If you agree, tell us in the comments. If you disagree, also tell us in the comments, because the comments are going to help us make the show better for you guys in the future. What do you think of it, Dave?
Well, I think that the last 6 weeks were definitely a lot of learning. We learned a lot of things. It's definitely worth it. We learned about time management, which is really critical. The procurement for the supplies that we needed. And, just getting the finances available to do the travel, because it does cost a lot when you're traveling all over the place. Really, the closest that we've been was like when we went to Dunes. That was only about like 25 miles. So really, you learn a lot from when you do this because you give yourself a certain amount of time, and in that time, you got to get everything that you want into that little section. The proverbial 2 pounds of shit in a 1 pound bag. Seriously, because that's really what it is. You really have to cram all that in there.
Yeah, I think we've improved a lot since we started.
And I think what's going to happen as we can get, if you, our viewers, which I really hope you do, I hope in the future you help us out because with your support, whether it's just from you subscribing, you commenting, you even joining our Patreon with us, what that's going to allow us to do, that's going to give us the ability to bring you a lot more content. We got 6 more episodes that we're going to try to accomplish, time allowing and financing allowing before the season is over. Then we're going to try and do some other things in the off season and give you guys some more material so you can keep up with us. So really, really, if you haven't had a chance to look through the last 6 episodes, look at where we started and where we got to with Turkey Run. I think you'll see that it went from learning a lot to just almost being professionals. I'm not saying we're not even close to professionals yet. But it's fun, guys. And if you haven't done this yet, and there's some subject out there that you want to learn about it. Get yourself a phone. Get a YouTube account, man. Get something up there that people might be interested in. Get your passion out there. Because think about it right now. One thing I enjoy about it, we still have to go to work, so obviously we got to come back. And that sucks because we got to go to work and pay our bills. But I'll tell you, when you get out there, and we get out there and we go there and we see, wow, how are we going to get all of this information into one program? And that's why, again, I'm going to talk about Patreon because I really think you guys are going to enjoy that if you sign up for it because we're going to put all the stuff that we can't get into 30 minutes up there. So that's going to give you an idea to see the cool stuff. Like, there was like some parts, like a farmhouse and some other things in one area. There was a blowout at dunes that we couldn't put in there. We just didn't have enough time. I'll tell you guys, it's fun, and I hope that you're enjoying the content, and I hope you tell other people about it because man, this is fun, and just do it. Like the night commercial says, just do it.
And then a final word, everyone. We've experimented with our format through the last 6 episodes. We've tried different things. You guys haven't given us any feedback, so if you like what we're doing, please let us know. If you'd like us to do the show a slight bit different, we'd also like to hear that. Because it's all about entertaining you guys. And with that thought in mind, we will let you guys go for now. And David, what is our phrase we always say?
We'll see you at the next Campground of America. Thank you all.
Bye, everyone.